kind of bumble our way through. I mean, for most of his stuff, he's just got stuff coming down the road. So it could be the sort of thing that we just, um, you know, do everything else but that. You know, since I have to move my command separately anyway. Um, and then next time we get together, we can like finish up the turn, or if he joins a little bit later, then he can move his units. Um, so it's the 9:40 turn. So let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Austrian reinforcements. You get
I have some reinforcements,
you
don't
get Field Marshal Wade's command may be activated and enter a reinforcement on the 9:40 turn at hex N1020. So N1020 north. That's west. N1020.
It's right by that town up there. It's by whatever, I can't read it.
Yeah, it's it's here. It's yeah, you're right. I can't read what it is either. Ardlotes. I have to brush up on my Gothic printing, for goodness sake.
Right, so it's
So basically, yep. So they would come in on the road there,
and that was
and that's
weird, right?
Field Marshal Veered. So he is
Just put him
who
on the
is he
road there.
with? Yeah, it looks like he's got one, two, three, four, five battalions that are part of his command.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the next time you get reinforcements is at 10:20. Let's see, and I just have stuff that's still coming on the map that hasn't made it yet. And then at 10 o'clock, I get Scythen's light cavalry wing, which is what Scythen got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, well, 18, 18 regiments of, are these regiments? Well, I don't know. I don't think you usually have cavalry by battalion, so it's got to be regiments of cavalry. So that's a whole bunch of stuff that comes on there on the south board. So, yeah. All right. So I think Frederick gives me a, altogether, I think I have what, like a +1 over you for the initiative, army initiative.
Yep, I believe that is correct.
Frederick is +4. So, and you've got what, Brown?
+3, yep.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, that at least makes sense.
All right.
Got all your reinforcements stacked up there. There you go. Well, that should be handy. And then what? I think you get at 10:20. Where do you guys come in? Do you get more up there in that part of the field?
I think it's the same spot, yep.
Yeah, so you get then Peroni's. Yeah, same spot at 1020. And Peroni looks like it's what? Probably more infantry, I would imagine. Yeah, that's only 3 battalions, but it's better than a poke in the eye.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Is there anything we have to roll for at the beginning of the turn? I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think there's anything. So I think all we need to do is just make our die roll and see who has the initiative. And I've got a set of rules, you got a set of rules, so we can then quickly flop through the rules and figure out what the heck's going on. Just don't do anything too exotic, Michael. I mean, David. So, okay, so the Prussians are blue, the Austrians are red. I'll go ahead and roll. We have an 84, so that's going to advance the clock.
And it's going to be a wing.
And it's going to be a wing activation. So, the only wing that I sort of have that's in any sort of position is my cavalry wing. Everybody else is kind of spread out. Well, and I've got so many little baby wings, little wings.
Yep.
So, yeah, so Sonatich is my wing leader there of the cavalry. Let's see, who else do I have that I can choose from? I got Winterfelt, but he's with my independence, isn't he? Yeah. So Fouquet is there, but I don't have all of his command yet. So I don't really have an opportunity for that. So I'm going to move these chaps that are down here. So I'm going to take Soldern, who's over here. I'm going to use my stuff for him. So they are in march column. So this chap will move, and he is going to.
Where are you at?
I'm down here on this other side of the creek.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So this chap here, I'm going to move first. So he's going to turn. Whoops, wrong way. So there's 1, and then 2. Oh, 1.5, I should say. And then he's going to turn. So that's 2.5. And then let's see. Going across the stream is 1/2. So that's 3. And then going up the little baby slope.
No, actually, that's marsh, though, isn't it?
It's I don't know what it is. It's a stream.
This is just a straight stream, like right there.
Oh yeah. So I guess it is a marsh. So going into that actually costs 2. So I don't know that I have enough to go there, right? I can get here, right? So it was 1 to turn, 1/2. So it's 2.5 gets me right there, and it cost me 2 to move into the marsh, and I don't have enough movement points to do that.
Unless you rapid march.
Well, I'm not in that big a hurry. I've got to bring everybody else up too. So let's just get everybody else lined up for going across the creek then. So this guy's going to turn. So that's 1.5, 2.5. There's 3. This guy's going to go 1.5, 2.5, 3, 3.5.
All right. So who he was? Which wing is he in?
He's part of Fouquet's wing, right?
Fouquet and Fouquet. Where's Fouquet at?
Fouquet's over here, right? I think he's one of these guys. Yeah, he's over here. This guy.
All right. Did you roll to put him in command?
No. Is that something I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I need to do? Just roll 1 die.
One die, right? And
Okay. Roll the 6. What do I need to do? Flip him over? He's a 5. Is that his initiative?
Out of command,
Okay.
but I think it doesn't. That's one that confuses me a little bit.
Because that means I can't move into.
Yeah, it means you can't move into a
zone of control. That's what I thought it was.
And everybody else was in.
Yeah, everyone else, all of his units were in command of him, so we're within his range of him, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So then this guy's going to go 1 to get there, and then he'll turn. So that's 2.5, 3.5, and 4. Okay, and then that gets him there, and then we can flip the leader over, and those guys are done. I don't think anybody else belongs to them. That was so it should be 3. Yeah, 4 battalions. So I'm pretty sure that's him, right? Who is that? Saddam. Okay, yeah. Yep, so his guys are there. Okay. Okay, all right, so that's it. So we go back to the initiative roll.
Yep. All right, so I'll roll here. Boom.
0-9. All right, so now we have to go look up natural disasters initiative. So it's a 9. So is this? So is this then for the Austrians, right? It's a 9 for the Austrians. So it says leader initiative. Pick 1 command for a free movement segment only. Initiative required.
All right. Let's see. All right. So I think I will. Gonna be yes. Gonna be Haddock, light cavalry commander.
Okay. All right, cool. So I guess roll a die and see what he gets. A 5.
And got initiative.
Okay.
All right.
So is the number that's on the front of him, is that his initiative or is that his range?
No, it's one in the black.
Oh, okay.
Black box
okay,
on
the black
back.
box on the back. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So. All right. All right, where's the cavalry? They're half in clear.
Cavalry and road march, yeah. It's half.
And let's see, I want to go from line. Let's line to column. Which direction is a good line to column? It's to the right is the cheap way. All right.
So for the cavalry, I'm looking at the chart here. So you just use the same as for the infantry, or is it a different cost when they're only in 1 hex? Because I see the chart here for them being in 2 hexes.
Oh, it's the you read it below. I think it says use the cost list in the bottom half of the page for the cavalry of any length, 1 to 3 hexes that makes a formation change listed. So it's the lower.
Okay,
left.
so for 1 and 2 hex cavalry formations, use the infantry diagram on top as a guide for how to make a formation change, but of course use cavalry costs. So what's
So
the
cost,
cavalry cost?
The cavalry costs are at the lower right, or lower left, excuse me.
Lower left.
So it's 1 going to the right.
Okay.
All right, let's see. How do I?
Going to the right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. You're not really turning to the right. You're turning to the left, aren't they? Going to the right from column to line, it looks like it costs 3.
I'm going from line to column.
Oh, okay. Oh, those guys. Okay.
Well, actually, not this. That's part of him, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's these 2.
Oh, those 2. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so for them going from line to column, yes, it's just cost 1.
Right.
To pivot that way.
Oh, here I'm Michael.
Unbelievable.
Hello, Michael. How are you?
Okay, other than being chagrined.
Well, it could be worse.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I just never even occurred to me. Just and the funny part is, I've been playing Fontenoy all day. So it's not like, I didn't have a little bit of bar
on your mind. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we got started. We figured we would either play until we got confused, or you showed up. Whichever happened first.
That's funny. I like that. Yeah.
All right. So
I hope you. I mean, I hope you didn't. Oh, of course. Since I'm used to you 2 guys being on the other side. So how in the world were you going to do that? But in this case, of course you could.
Yeah.
Because I'm only half of the story on the Prussian side.
You are. That's why we figured we could probably start.
Great. I'm glad you did that.
That's
good.
And then we will. So right now, David has. So I had an activation. I moved some of the guys that are kind of going cross country, heading to catch up with our colleagues over here.
Okay.
And so then this is the second activation we've rolled for. So Michael got, not Michael, but David got a 0-9, so he gets a free move, and his light cavalry activated. So he's moving them.
Okay, that's not what I expected.
So they're down here.
Okay. Okay, well, very good. Now, I did actually get an hour of Thoughtonoid played today, so I was busy.
And you're just doing that solitaire?
Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest, really, other than fighting in the woods, there hasn't really been actual contact yet, but maybe probably 2 more turns. There's a big wave of Allied troops coming up to smash against the earthworks. We'll see what happens there.
Half. 3.5. 4, 5, 6.5. Back, come in behind him. And, oh, no. Nope, those aren't. They don't make it that far. Excuse me.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2 is all they can make it 2, or no, they can make it 3. Let's see.
They can go 4, right? Because they were out of command, so they move half,
Yeah,
right?
rounds up.
So it's
Yeah.
7 halved is 3.5, rounded up to 4, right?
Right. Yep, absolutely.
2.
I've got it memorized. All my units that were out of command, slogging their way through the brush at Brandywine.
So
That's the only rule that I've managed to commit to memory there.
and then it turns out that it didn't matter because all the troops on the west side of the creek were supposed to be in command all the time.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, well, you live and learn. Mistakes were made.
All right. And since that was a free activation, okay.
So we need to, I don't know that we have a little tile spacer, but you'd put something like that there to let him know that he's done something exciting.
Yeah, we could. I don't know, what do we got there? We got something in there, I'm sure.
How about a captured counter? He's captured.
All right, sure.
We could put a routed marker on him. That would let us know. You just put like a little hour marker on him.
Yeah,
Right?
that'll work.
That's it. Yeah.
Let's see. Game markers. We'll put,
Yeah, I just put a little hour marker on him.
all right,
Yeah.
that works.
That's all.
So that was a special result, Michael.
That
So
was a special result. So you get to roll again.
Yeah. All right. Boom. Yeah. It's a 5-2. What's your wing activation number?
I don't know. What's our wing activation number, Michael? Is that something that's on Frederick?
It is Frederick's number. And 5 is
So he's
actually a
a 5.
believable number.
It might be. I think it's on the. Isn't it on the time chart?
Usually it's on the time track, yeah.
Well, it's got a 5 above his +4 rating
Mm,
No.
on the back of his counter, but maybe that's something
I don't
else.
think the wing number shows up on the counter, does it? Here I am looking and finding, why don't I have the time track anywhere in my...
The time track that's on the vassal module doesn't indicate anything.
As Charles, and it has Browns.
Well, that's dumb. Okay, well, here I am looking in the rules for the...
So it says the back. The 5 is the
5.
Army leader's wing activation number.
And
so it's a
indeed
5.
it is.
Yeah.
Command rating of +4, wing activation of 5. Yep.
Yep.
So it is a wing.
Yep.
So you got a wing.
Well,
I
carry
got
on.
another wing. What do I want to do with my wing? That's the second time we've gotten a wing activation.
Yeah.
Any suggestions, Michael?
Well, I don't know. I mean, obviously
You want me to drop into the other room for a minute or something?
Oh, I don't know that there's going to be any state secrets revealed here.
Yeah.
Just refresh my memory on where we are.
You're on the map.
No, I wouldn't go that far. Why am I having trouble finding? There's the turn track. My goodness. and does Zeton come on next turn, or is
Zeton comes on at the 10 o'clock turn. So, not this turn,
next
but
turn.
next turn. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Certainly, his obnoxious and very rapid light cavalry probably need to be dealt with, but I don't really know if we can just expect Zeton to handle that, or if you want to rearrange something.
I don't know what to do. I mean, it's a case where he would. I mean, he's not going to get too far, right?
Well, I mean, I don't really know, because obviously when Zeton comes on, what are his requirements for coming on? Is he allowed to enter on any or all of those hexes, and is there any delay based upon what formation he takes, or is he really allowed to come in any old way?
Can be activated and enter the map as a reinforcement anywhere between hexes 7017 and 7033. Okay. So 717
in any formation.
Yeah. So basically, it's that big red line that's up and down there.
Yeah, with the yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So he basically can show up anywhere along there.
So the good news about that is it means that he's not coming on in column.
Right.
I mean, he can show up as ready for trouble as he wants. So that probably means that as long as we get reasonable activations, that light cavalry can't really come around and try to whack the side of your heavy cavalry before Zeton can show up and put paid to any such plans.
Yeah.
So that doesn't seem like an emergency, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So you say you had a wing activation.
Yep.
But who moved?
I mean, we just got a wing activation.
Oh, you're saying that the last one wasn't a wing activation?
No, it wasn't too, and he just moved the group.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying it's our wing activation now. David just rolled a wing activation for us. So I don't really have anybody who's in a wing-like thing.
Well, I mean, you do. I mean, obviously,
I've got the heavy cavalry.
The real problem is that, you've got the heavy cavalry, and honestly, probably not a lot of urgency in engaging anybody with them. So probably that's okay. And then without the order of battle right in front of me, I guess you've got multiple wings that or portions of multiple wings that are in your infantry line. Is that right?
Right.
So again,
I can't really do so. Basically, I could activate. Here's whoops, sorry, hit the wrong button. Here's Hatchie over here. He's a wing commander, and I think he's got Kalkaruth with him, and we could bring him forward. And then join up with his colleagues, kind of a thing. So
and she might be close enough. Let's think about that. Well, I mean, you've got at least the luxury of being able to go off the road if you choose to, because it's a regular activation. So maybe that makes as much sense as anything.
Yeah.
Looks
Okay.
like you got guns in front of you.
Yep,
So
I
they'll
got
have to
guns,
move
so I'm
on,
going to
but
move
that's
the
fine.
guns up. Yep.
All right.
So I'll go ahead and do that. So we've got these guys are 1. So there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. I don't think you can hit me from where you're at with your guns, can you? I don't know what the range is.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's going to be a long shot, but
Is there a penalty for being in road march, or am I?
yeah, there definitely is. The usual penalty for road march is that any increment losses get multiplied by 1.5 and then
Oh,
rounded, which means a
okay.
1 becomes a 2. The other problem is that I'm pretty sure it's an automatic route if you take an increment loss while you're in column or in road column. I think especially we would have to look. Where
Okay,
is
so I
that?
could just stop here and then come out of road march with those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and that might make more
right.
sense because
This chap
when you're in
is
March column, you still
1,
I don't
you know
think you have
2,
to stop that far back.
3.
well
Well, doesn't it cost 1 to change formation?
Oh, if you want to bring it out, yeah. If you want to bring it out, okay.
Yeah, right. And then
so you moved 3
I moved 3, and then I came out of road order. It
and
cost.
went into Limbered. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
makes
just
that makes
into
perfect sense.
regular
Yeah,
just regular mode. So,
yeah.
okay. This is why you're here. Keep me honest.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I'm
at
adding
least
value,
pretend to be. Yes. So
big
1,
time.
2, 3, and almost 4. All right, and then these guys are going to come up.
Um,
Let's see if they're all. I got to see who's who.
oh, I see. Okay.
That is there. Good, and then I can move these. The guns are independent, so they can all move as well. So the ones that are on the trail is only worth.
I don't think
Is
it's
it
a
a trail or it's a
trail.
road? It's just
It's a road, not a
so it's
major road.
half.
So it's
Okay.
worth half for the each.
Okay. So that's going to be
Uh, actually, we
1,
probably should be careful about that too, because that means that
2.
some of those guys were on the trail for part of their movement, so they really weren't moving at 1 hex for 3, or 3 hexes for 1 movement point.
But I didn't use up all their movement points to get them there because I took the guns
Yeah,
out, and so
yeah,
we didn't. I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
really
yeah.
move
Right.
the full. So that's 2 to get here, and
Okay.
then this is going to be 3 to get there, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. Okay, and then this guy's going to be
Those big ones?
1,
I see.
2,
Too many variables.
3. Yeah, these must be some sort of super heavy guns, I guess.
Well, they're 12-pounders.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And this is going to be 1, 2, 3. Gets him there. And let's clone. Okay, and I don't know that I had any more guns. I think that's it. And then the rest of these guys are just regular old troops. Okay. All right. And someone has tidied things up for me.
Yep.
I
That's
appreciate
me.
that. Yep, no,
You
I
should see
know.
my Fauntnoy board. I mean, it's a thing of beauty.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. All right. Cool. So that takes care of that. That is Kalkruth, right? And he was with his wing commander, so he was in command. And then I can move Hachi, so he's now got Treshlau in command now. So if I want to activate Treshlau, I could. So everybody should be happy. Yes, yes. Am I doing something correctly, Michael? Mostly? Slightly?
Sorry, I was
Okay.
distracted.
Michael went live.
I know.
Did it actually do so?
Yeah, you went live. I'm checking you out here.
But is it showing anything?
No.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
What, on Discord?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just showing a photograph with my Fontenoy map. That's all. But obviously it said something about you need to give permissions and stop and start. And I'm like, I've done that. Whatever. Sorry. So you were asking a question.
I was. I had the wing leader. I had him move up here. So now he's still got Kalkruth, and now he's got this guy Treshla, who'd been.
I
So
see.
now he's got
they're-
everybody
they're in a
there.
Position he could actually do a wing activation next year.
In the future.
Okay.
So.
Nope. That actually seems like a really good idea.
Hooray! I did something right.
It doesn't cost you much to just have that extra bit of organization.
Yep.
Just got to remember to do it. Yeah. No, I'd say you're in good shape.
Okay. Cool. All right. It's your turn to roll the dice.
Oh no!
An
Well,
88.
all I know for sure is that's an end turn marker.
That is an intern marker. We have a +1, so it's still a Prussian. Still a Prussian activation. So I can move. Who is this? This is Brandis, but Brandis isn't mine. I think Brandis is yours. Brandis is with a different command.
Yeah, no,
isn't he?
this is really confusing.
Brandis is with
Part of Leschtwitz.
Leschtwitz. So,
Yeah.
well, at least I've cleared up some of the road for you.
Okay, well, that's really awkward. Trying to figure out what to do with him. I mean,
Well, and I have no idea which way Leschtwitz is going.
well, right. I mean, that's the whole point. We don't want to give away too many of our state secrets.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know that we know what's going on. So, all right.
It's all part of my cunning plan.
Indeed.
So here's what I will go ahead and do just to get him on the board. Is I will go ahead and activate Brandes, and using the power of attachment,
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and activate Harchemoy's other guys who are up here.
Right. The rest of, I think it's
And
Treslau's.
I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Trescow.
Trescow. All right. So these guys all have to come in here, which is slightly awkward, but whatever. I'll bring them in road column. And so he's going to come in, and it's going to be like that he comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a half. And then that's going to be 1.5. That's going to be 2. That's going to be the wrong key.
He is really incredibly out of command.
Wow, that didn't really work out nearly as well as I wanted. What the hell is it doing? Yeah, I'm not happy about that. All right, so he's already spent half, 1.5, 2, 3.
3.5, isn't it? A half going down there.
The slope is, if you're in March column, yeah, it's a half a point.
All right, so that's 3.5.
Yep.
All right, fine. Then I'll just go ahead and do 4 there. Da-da-da-dee, da-da-da-da-da.
They're doing some off-roading here, apparently.
Okay, and then seems like at some point I probably should put a leader out there. And go ahead and flip him over just because these guys are going to go ahead and come marching on down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeeps, not that 4. And grab these guys and bring them down 2. All right.
All right.
All right. So we've gotten fellas down, and we'll try to get the road clear and get them moving along. It'll be great. You'll love it. You'll laugh. You'll cry. You'll learn a little bit about yourself. And I'm done. So who's rolling next?
All right, I think it's my turn. I'll roll, and then it'll be David's after that. So a 6-0.
6, 6, 6.
All right, time for us to look up on the
That's
Prussian
Prussian
free
set.
combat segment. Well, we don't have any fire combat or close combat to do. So that
Yeah,
would
it's
be
annoying. I guess you gotta roll
nothing.
again.
Yep. Here we go again. 45. So that's going to be a tie.
Tie, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Let's roll again.
All right. This time with
A
feeling.
66.
Now that's going to be enough to move us along on the turn track.
Turn chart, and that's a activation for us.
Okay.
So, do you have anything you want to do, Michael?
I mean, I do. I mean, it's going to take a long time to get all these troops on the board. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's all road movement, so it's not. I mean, that's literally the last thing I couldn't do with a limited activation. Put it
Okay.
that way.
So I'm
and-
not
and
really.
again,
I'm not.
you don't really have anything you're doing anyway.
No, I'm waiting for my troops before I move in. So
Understood. So, question: were there any reinforcements this turn?
the Austrians have some reinforcements, but we don't.
Okay.
We just
So
have
we
the stuff
have
that's
the
been.
MiG-10.
Yeah, we just have all the stuff that's
Okay.
been sitting there piling up, and
Just-
then we have Zeithen at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, good. So I guess I will just go ahead and do as soon as I find him. Where is he? Ba, 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 ba. Kleist. Up here. We'll just see if we can't get the road cleared off. Kleist has got 8. 2 of which are on the board right now.
That sounds about right.
And then I guess this next stack of 6 are off the board.
Like it.
Okay. And they have to come in on 6701.
60.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You
I
must
believe so.
enter at 6701
Okay.
in the road column.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And they're still not all on the board.
Yeah, it looks like you've got eight regiments
Yeah,
with
it's
that. That's a pretty good
battalions, right?
size.
Yeah, it's a pretty big
I mean, eight
organization.
battalions. Yeah, that's a decent size.
Yeah, I'm gonna need another turn to get all of them on the board, so that's just kind of nuts. But oh well, so that's it. Flip the leader over because we're done. We put a fork in it.
All right, back to the die roll. This time, David gets to roll. 94.
Another wing.
Another wing activation, and another
For a team
turn.
that doesn't need any.
And then did you move the turn track up, or we move it
Oh,
again?
I have not, but
Okay.
I will.
I will let you do that since you are the.
That is my specialty.
It is your specialty. So, what to do? Well, should I reposition this heavy cavalry slightly? Is there anything?
I don't know how important that is. I mean, I certainly wouldn't over rotate on it because he's going to have to come across that stream. The stream is going to run him the risk of. Ooh, actually, isn't that interesting? The stream is not hexside terrain, it's hex terrain. Isn't that funny?
Mhm.
Uh, stream. It's got a cost of 2 for special cavalry movement. So it'll eat up charge distance. Interesting. Yes, it causes disorder checks, but now this is really interesting. If you look at the terrain effects chart,
Right.
you'll see that stream by itself ordinarily isn't affecting non-clear terrain for disorder checks.
Yep.
You can march right across the stream and not have to roll a disorder check. That's extremely unusual. That's kind of one of those things that's just almost guaranteed. However, in the SCM cost column over there on the right of the terrain effects chart, you'll see that it not only has a cost of 2, but also has an asterisk next to it saying that if you try charging across it, you have to roll a disorder check, which means you could find yourself in the awkward position of having successfully charged and then hitting like a damp dish rag when you arrive. So that's entertaining. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the truth is you could reposition just a little bit of those guys from the second row facing, just to make sure that if he tries charging across, you can counter charge him. I wouldn't, and forgive me, because I don't have any cavalry, so I don't have any reason to care. What are everyone's charge distances here?
Well, Austrian is 3, and I believe the Prussians are 4.
Okay, I believe that.
Yeah. Would that be in the scenario rules?
It would be. Yeah, it would be usually it would be under the special rules for the Prussians and for the Austrians. Usually there will be a description under cavalry. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, cavalry Austrian range is 3 hexes.
Right, and then the Prussians.
And then the Prussians.
4, indeed.
Yep, 4.
Right. So yeah, so you think about it. If you were situated in such a way that the minute he hits that stream, he's 2 hexes away, and then you could countercharge him, and maybe he gets disordered, then that would prevent him from getting too cute.
Okay. So basically, do something here with the second line, I guess, to.
Yeah, I mean that's
move
what I'm
them
thinking, because
forward.
you don't want to actually expose your front,
Right.
But, you could turn a couple of those guys and face them in such a way that if his cavalry wanted to come around, that you would be prepared to deal with some of them.
Right. So if this guy wants to change facing, that's just 1.
That's 1, sure.
Okay. And then if this guy, he could move here, and then he could turn his facing.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 2. And that should be enough to, I mean, I can't see him getting anywhere else. Do you think so? I don't know.
I mean, I think what you need to think about is what is remember, your countercharging is 2 hexes.
Oh, I thought I had a range of 4. So the charge is 4.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of.
So if this guy moves
things.
up, this guy moves up, and then maybe I can have this guy come up and go here, or here.
Possibly so. Let's think about that. So if he moved, I mean, I don't. Boy, he's a long way away.
Yeah.
Here. I'll give you a couple minutes to discuss things.
I don't think it's enough to really over rotate on this, but you know, if you think about it, just kind of for future reference, right?
Right.
Where would you be able to countercharge is when he enters one of those hexes based on where you are now.
Right.
Well, obviously that would be cold comfort were he to do it, right? Because by then he's already hit this guy.
Oh.
So you really can't even countercharge at that point.
So I need to be 1 more forward.
Well, it kind of feels like it, at least for that guy, just to protect this guy's flank.
Right.
But then this guy, you know, that's okay. I mean, he's there, and he can interfere with anybody who shows up along here. So that's all
okay.
good.
That's good. I think we're fine.
Yeah, I mean, what the heck, right? It's better than nothing. And looks like they're still in command.
Yep, the command range is 5 from Prince of Württemberg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can move him over a little bit, right?
You just scoot him over a little. It's not like it's urgent because, truthfully, you know, cavalry is a whole lot more autonomous than infantry is.
Right.
Because the movement rules that are related to, well, the rules related to out of command are really all movement phase rules.
Right.
Well, none of that applies to
okay.
Charging, opportunity charging, reaction charging, all that stuff is something you can just do.
Okay.
So, all right, well, sure. That I mean, at least that way you've just kind of made a nod. If he gets any more, you know, crazy movement segment, I mean, he doesn't get to have another one this turn, but if for some reason he gets the first activation and gets another movement segment, and just this way, if he thinks he's going to come over here, he's got to pay for it. That's all.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And literally, we didn't have anything else to do.
Exactly.
Because it's taking us a glacial eternity to get our units on the board.
Okay. All right. So, did you roll, or was that his roll, I think?
That was his roll, 94, so I guess it's mine.
Yep. 73. I don't think that's enough to advance the clock, is it?
No, it's not. It has to exceed 10.
Okay.
So
that's another activation for us. Woo-woo.
Right. And just so we're clear, we've got one other cavalry formation, and then we got what?
And then I've got Winterfeld, and I've got Kursel. So I've got a couple of infantry, and I've got whoever this is, Treschlau. So I've got basically the infantry that's in the line down here.
Yeah, you know, you might as well just go ahead and just start, you know, flipping them over. And
okay. All right. I will flip over Winterfeld then.
Okay. All right. And then yours the next die roll.
Okay. 0-2. So that's an Austrian 2. Let's see what that ends up
Army
being.
leader lapse.
So
Army leader may not trace line of command or use his command rating. So that means that we're now at +5.
Oh yeah, because Brown is asleep at the wheel. So
Well, he's probably, having another attack of what killed him? Was it
I think he had
tuberculosis or
yeah something like that. I mean, he ends up getting shot here. I don't think he dies of tuberculosis here on the
No,
battlefield,
he
but
doesn't on the battlefield, but just, he's having a coughing fit.
yeah, he's having a less than optimal day.
Yeah, well, he's on the wrong side.
Yeah.
That's his big problem.
All right, I've put an army leader lapse marker for the Austrians.
Oh, there is one. Oh, how wonderful.
Well, I just put a little finish marker, but it's got a leader lapse marker or spot on the end of turn, on the turn record track.
Right. I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that. Yeah, I've never seen that before on any of the games.
So,
Okay.
all right. So that was that.
David is back.
Now there is a little. What's the little asterisk mean? Because there's an asterisk next to army leader lapse.
Oh, well, usually those are the ones that
Can be
say that,
applied to off map. Okay, there we go.
can be applied to
off-map
off-map, right? So
leaders,
it could have
okay.
happened. It could have happened to
Frederick.
what's his name?
Yeah.
Frederick,
Okay.
Even though he's sure,
All right.
I'll go.
I'll roll again. A 0-5. Command confusion for the Austrians. The other player picks one of your commands, which may be finished. Initiative required.
Okay, so that was
Oh, wait. It's the Austrian 5. So an Austrian 5 is free combat segment.
okay.
I was
Alright,
looking
so
at
free
the
combat segment for the
Prussian one.
Austrians.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't have anybody that can combat, so I would
Well,
say.
that was easy.
Yep.
Okay, let me roll again, see if I can get a non-zero somewhere. All right, that's us again.
And that is a
No,
end
that-
turn marker.
Well,
That's a tie.
no, because you
No,
have an
it
army
isn't.
leader lapse. I rolled
You
a
had an
0-2.
army leader
Oh.
lapse while you had stepped away, so
Yeah.
we believe Brown is having a coughing fit.
Yes,
However, we don't have that many.
I mean, I can just flip over another
Yeah, I
leader
think
here. So
we
I'm
don't have
gonna
anything else to want to do. Yeah.
Treschlau. We'll flip him over. Okay, all right, David, it's your turn now. You can finally roll for something. Oh, and did we move the? Yeah, you moved the
I did.
turn marker up. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's us again.
And you got another wing.
And we
another.
move the turn
another
marker
one.
again.
Yeah. What?
I might not get a move this turn, except for the one free one I got.
Yeah. You make
Where
that
are
sound
we
like a
at?
problem.
Oh, yeah, you still have a fair number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got to roll 5 more of those
Well,
things
there
before
aren't
we
really
do.
that many commands on the board yet. So
Yeah. Let's
So,
see. I
yeah.
guess it's just Cursel now. I can flip him over. So Cursel has flipped
And then I guess it's mine.
a 9-0. That's a Prussian one.
Roll
Leader
what?
initiative. Pick one command for free movement segment. Initiative required. Oh, maybe you can move Kleist again.
Well, yeah, actually, that's an interesting one. Here I am checking to be sure I understand. No. Come on, where is it? Okay. One command, any attached units, any independent units stacked with a leader of a command. Okay, well, attached units are still attached units. So actually, I'd say, let's see, those guys can only go 1, 2, 2.5 before they have to stop. So I wonder. Yeah, I mean, I guess the logical thing to do is redo Brandes and attach these guys again
Oh, okay.
and just continue getting our table of organization more back where it should be.
Well, or if you do Kleist, you can bring more guys on the road. You could move Kleist up, couldn't you? And then you can get
Clear the
more
road
people
for-
on the road
Yep, absolutely.
here, right? Because we got all
Yeah.
those guys that are just waiting for Kleist to get out of the way.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I was
Yeah.
just, I was thinking about just getting these 2 battalions down there with the rest of your outfit, so you could actually start doing something with them. But you're not wrong. It's moving Kleist along would probably be not a bad thing. All right, so
Plus, he's got a better initiative, better than Brandis, right? You'd have to roll for Brandis's
Oh,
initiative,
do I need to roll for it?
right? It says
was-
initiative
oh,
required.
I wasn't paying attention. Initiative
Yep.
required. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, all right, Kleist it is. All right, let's take a look. And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Next.
matter. Okay.
Rolling
All right.
again.
Roll again, Michael. Another one.
All right,
Well,
Kleist
try
again.
try it again.
By golly, I'm going to keep on.
Hey, there we go.
God, it didn't seem like it was all supposed to be all that complicated, but there we are.
It was meant to be. It was destiny.
It was destiny. All right. Let's see. So the nice part about that is it just means everybody else gets to move up a little bit farther, a little faster. So how do I want to do this? Just a movement segment only. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got 2 more units, so I need to move 4 hexes to get everybody on the board, but I need to move 5 hexes to clear the road. So that's what I definitely need to do, is at least 5 hexes. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. Whoa, what happened there? He did not end up where I told him to. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, wow. And yep. Okay. I think that is it. And then I'll put a leader initiative marker on him. And all good. And we can move on to the next die roll, which is what, back to you.
No, you keep rolling the 9 zeros.
Oh, you're right. My bad. My bad.
So 32, that's us again. So, hey, now you can bring somebody else on now.
Hey, I like that.
So we have to
All
bring them
right.
on in the order that's dictated here.
Yep. No,
So
you are
I
quite
think
right.
so after Kleist, it's Schoning's command.
Schöning.
Schöning. Schöning.
With an umlaut. Schöning.
Schöning.
Right. Brilliant. All right, then. Well, I'm going to move these guys here so I can actually unstack them without them going off the board, which was really annoying me earlier. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent.
Yeah, so Schöning is with Beveren.
That's right.
And then you've got what, the Prince of Brunswick, Braunschweig, and then you've got a bunch of artillery, and then
And where's okay? All these
you
guys.
can
are
bring the
here.
artillery in any time, I guess. But
Okay, and I will turn him around like that and flip him over. And Bob is my uncle.
all right, now someone else can roll. Is it my turn or Dave's? I can't remember.
It's yours.
Okay, here we go. Ah, it's another special one for us.
Boy, we are milking this for all we can.
Well, I can't fire anything, so that's no good.
Combat or close combat? Yeah, never mind.
Yep. Here we go. A 1-1. Well, that's us again. A single
Yeah,
command.
I think we may be out of. Well, no, you still got the one cavalry force at the front line
Yep. Let's see.
that hasn't been activated, so you could activate them if you want.
Yep. I think I've done all the infantry.
Mm,
So I guess the cavalry is Crotch Cow. We'll flip him. All right. All right. Now it's David's turn. 74. That's us again, and that moves the clock.
right, except we don't have anybody left, so it's got to be David. Now, all of your units will have to put themselves in command because nobody can trace command back to Brown because he's coughing.
Wonderful.
So what does that mean? They all have to roll. All the leaders have to roll for initiative, or
Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah, because you can't put yourself in command the usual way, and what
Right.
do you do if you can't do it the usual way? Well, you roll for yourself and hope that it's good enough for whatever it is you're trying to do.
And the independents, what do they do?
Well, again, if they're within reach of a command leader, well, if they're in reach of the activated command leader or any non-command leader, then they're Oh no, they wouldn't be activated. So they're going to have to put themselves in command unless they're within reach of the activated command leader. In which case, if he's in command, then they are too. But they actually get 2 tries at it. So let's just say somebody who's within reach of the command leader. Command leader fails his roll. The independents can actually still roll for themselves even after. Obviously, any independents that aren't within reach of that command leader would have to roll for themselves.
Okay.
And here I am hoping that made sense.
I think it makes sense.
Good.
All right. Well, let's. And a lot of my command leaders aren't very good. Let's see here. What is he? 3. What do I want to do? Oh, boy. Well, let's do guy on the left here, Ursel.
All right. Way up there up north.
Yeah, he's a 3, so he's not in command. All right. But
Just
so
these
these guys
means you can't do rapid march is about all
Right.
it means.
and these guys can only do half, right?
Yeah, if they're out of command because they're too far away from him, then they're at half.
Right. And I want to attach these to Grinzer. So they got to roll individually.
They would, yeah.
And what is that?
It's just an effectiveness check against
So-
whatever their effectiveness rating
All right.
is.
So let's go this guy here, and so yeah, that's probably
Almost certainly good enough.
he's not that good.
No, I mean a lot of times the skirmishers aren't really
And
good enough for this.
the other one, let's
Yep.
see. Okay, he's
All right.
okay.
Both good.
All right. Now those are skirmish, right? As you said, they can.
Well,
They can.
they're Grenzers, right? So I
Yeah,
believe the
I don't-
Grenzers can go into skirmish mode.
Well, it's actually it's a question worth asking because there are sometimes that there are units which are exclusively skirmishers that can't do anything else.
No, that's true. And
I don't remember which these guys are. Looking under the Grenzers. They are skirmish only infantry units.
all right, so they should have skirmish markers on them, right?
Well, they
Well-
easily could, and there'd be nothing wrong with putting them there. You could also say that since they have to be skirmish, there's no reason to put one, but you absolutely could.
And do they point to a hex side or a vertex?
Skirmish is oriented just like line. It's towards a vertex.
Okay.
But they've
It's just
got,
that your fronts are different.
yeah,
Yeah.
they've got 4 fronts and two
That's
two rear, I think.
That's right. But yeah, if you want to put skirmish markers on them just as a memory enhancer, that's probably not a bad thing.
Yeah. Probably not a bad idea. Do we have them? Let's see, morale state.
That would be really awkward if we didn't. What in the world?
Marker.
Well, under formations,
No, it's fortifications. It's formation.
they do have a skirmish marker.
There we go. Yeah, under formation.
I found
That's right.
one. I found
Yeah, there you
another.
go.
I plunked them on you guys. So,
Oh, easy there, big fella.
hey, just trying to be helpful.
At least these skirmish markers turn, and I bet you
know.
Yeah.
And I bet we could probably take them off the board if we needed to.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be almost like they're like regular pieces. Wouldn't that be neat? Okay, so
All right, so
and I'm sorry, did you intend to activate that one up there in the village, the
Um,
unpronounceable village, because it's in those letters I can't even
Auf
read?
the pen, besten.
So if they're-
Staubesten.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, I do have a question. Okay, so
Yeah.
they're activated. So do they get their full movement potential?
Yeah, because they succeeded in their role.
Right. Okay. So
So yeah, they would get their full movement.
Right.
Now, but are you going to activate that last one?
I might as well try. I'm not sure what. Okay. Well, so he didn't activate.
All right, so he's at half movement.
Okay.
Now it says here
All right.
so in command Grenzers must still pass the Ezok dice roll requirement to enter a Prussian ZOC. When the Grenner user attempts to enter the Ezok hex, that's clear terrain. That's plus 10 for the required die roll. Skirmishers may retreat before combat. Okay. Yeah, so there's something about them where they have to make a morale check, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that all skirmishers have to do that anyway. And the only thing I'm seeing there is that plus 10 business that may or may not be standard. It does reference us to a rule. But yeah, no, it's absolutely true and easy to forget that skirmishers can't enter an enemy zone of control without doing a morale check first.
Yeah. What happens
is
if they fail? They just don't go in, or are they routed or shaken?
I don't know
Okay.
if I could bang out 11.9 real fast, I'd tell you. Here I am looking.
Well, David, go ahead and move your pieces around.
Alrighty. I'm just looking at see now. A skirmish has 4 front. Is that correct?
It does. 4
Yes,
fronts
that's right.
and
Yep,
2
two flanks.
flanks.
Yeah. So the thing that makes it a little different is for these Grenzers, yes, you got to roll. The difference is that in clear terrain, for these Grenzers, there is a +10 modifier, where the standard rule is just you got to roll.
Right.
And it's not a disorder check, and it's not even a morale check. It's just a
Can
just
you do
stop.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so that much still applies here, but there's a subtle difference there based on the +10 for these Grenzers. And of course, since they're at 40, +10 is, well, it's a lot like 50-50.
All right, so this guy's going 1.5, 2, 3.
Okay.
And this guy's going 2, 3. Am I in the hex?
It looks like you're in a hex.
Yeah, I can't. All
Yeah.
right, so 2, 3. Let's see. All right. Yeah, that's that. Okay.
All right.
This guy's gonna back up 1. So he has a disorder check. Oh, but he's skirmisher, so it
He's
doesn't.
skirmisher, so it doesn't really apply.
Right.
Actually, the truth is they can't do line backup because he's not in line. Actually, he's in skirmish, so he would have to. He would actually have to turn, which would cost him 1. And then what does it cost him to move in a village hex? Cost you 1?
Cost 1.
Okay, so he'd still be facing southeast.
Yeah, he'd be facing this hex here.
With 2 movement points, he could do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about the rest of these knuckleheads?
All right. The rest of these knuckleheads are okay. So everybody's in command or can do full movement except for these 2 up front.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to go into there, and what's the formation change? Which directions? Doesn't matter. Anything from march into line is going to be at least 2 or 3. Ugh. Dang.
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm beating down the door. You got time.
Not really. The rate you're coming up?
I'm in road column, dude.
1, 2. All right.
And besides that, what do you think the Grenzers are for?
They're
active
shock
speed bumps.
absorbers. Exactly.
That's right. All right, so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And all right, so that's
There's
1,
one.
2. I do that. that's 3, 4. Two, half, 3.5, 4. And all right.
All right, excitement.
Yes. I think it's Michael's roll again now. We're back to.
Yep,
Ooh, me?
time to roll more 09s.
Alas, I failed. So
Bill didn't get an activation.
since we're except we're
And
out of command, so you do get an activation.
All right. Let's see. There's not too many more activations left here, and I'm probably not. Well, I'm going to get it, but maybe running out of time. All right. Jesus. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to be attacking anything. Let's do Bada cavalry here.
All right.
He activates. Yeah.
Which one's he?
This one right there.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Spada.
1. 2. 2. 2. 2. Is it +1 for the
Yeah,
cavalry on a slope?
it is.
2,
Slope.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, for innocent-looking little slopes like that, they do cost.
And let's see, let's go here. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's got a cunning plan.
Apparently.
So cunning that I haven't figured out what it is yet.
He's got boatloads of cavalry, is what his plan is.
Well, yeah, he does. He does.
All right.
All right, so is it Eric next, or is it me
Yep.
next, or what
I'll
are we
roll.
doing? Eric next.
There we go.
Yes.
Well,
All right.
it's another
Well, you know, with
Austrian.
the Austrians may get to move all their formations even still.
Can't roll boxcars every time.
All right, so let's do the other Cuirassier regiment here. This guy here.
Hoffman. So I guess what, you roll, see if he's in command?
Yep. And probably not. I think he's also a 3.
Wow, for a cavalry commander, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, they're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Five. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 5. And let's see. Do I want to put the dragoons? Let's bring the dragoons. And let's put the dragoons into there.
Crazy stuff is he doing here? I mean, I've spent the last, hour and 40 minutes of the Fontenoy game, just maneuvering
Right.
mostly. And so I've been spending a lot of time thinking about, what's the ideal way to arrange these things. And I'm not sure that I came up with the solution that he's coming up with here. I don't, whether that's my failing or his, I don't really know.
All right, so.
But yes, he has finally twigged to something, though, that's well worth understanding, Eric. And that is that the reason you worry about stacking too many cavalry in a hex is because that somebody's going to do defensive fire on you.
Right. There's no artillery over here that I can see.
There's nobody with any guns over there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a little bit of a two-edged sword, because clearly all it takes is failing a charge roll, and if you got half as many stacks, then failing a roll has an outsized impact.
Right.
But if it's really just cavalry on cavalry, yeah, maybe stacking is not an entirely bad idea. Again, cover your flanks. So it's not as simple as all that, but that's why he feels free to do that.
Sure.
With some merit.
Okay, he's flipped, so I guess it's to me.
All right.
Yep. Well, that's going to move the clock.
That moves the clock 1.
Bloop. There we go.
All right, and I'm just going to do the next one here and the line. And let's see if I'm sure he's probably a 3 like the rest of them. Wow. Oh, he's a 2.
A 2 as a cavalry leader. That's insane.
4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2.
All right.
And I'm going to move the wing commander, make sure get everybody. Command there. Okay. So,
All right.
all right.
So, Michael, it's your roll. Well, that's another Austrian.
Another Austrian activation.
Hmm.
Dang. We're going to go with. This guy down or up here by Key or whatever that place is.
Yes.
He's in line in 2 hexes. Is that correct?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Those are.
Yes, so is he.
Okay.
And so is he.
All right. So let's try and activate.
Kind of got a lot of land to cover and not a lot of guys.
All right. All right. So they are part of this guy here, right? All right. So we'll try and activate him. He's a 5. He's only a 3. All right. I don't have anybody. Boy. All right, okay, how do these? Who's who? All right. G means they're part of.
Looks like it's
G-
cool.
Okay, so
G
this is
G is Koenigsegg.
right. So that's the okay. So he's that.
Right.
Now he's at. All right, he's in. Or now, do I just have to check for if he's in command?
Yeah, really, the wing leader has nothing to do with it except to trace command back to the army leader, but of course the army leader can't trace command, so really the wing leader is meaningless at the current moment.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. I can chase
Unless you got a wing activation and he tried to put himself in command, but
right.
since this isn't that sort of thing, basically
Right.
he rolled,
This is
he's out of command.
ST. So we got this guy, this guy,
Right,
this
that's
guy,
Stolberg, right?
and this guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, there should be 4 of them. Right, there you go.
And,
I don't know, what is he doing?
he was backing up out of the way of the artillery.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, so he wasn't in command. So, all right, so let's go. This guy 1.5. 2.5. 3.5.
All right.
Do I want to do anything with anybody else there?
Now you can start searching your pockets for hankies to use as white flags.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's probably not a bad idea. Maybe we'll move up 1 here. And so he's a 4, so 2, 3, 4. Okay. Well, is that all right? looks like. All right.
All right, Eric.
All right, here we go.
Roll them bones.
Nope,
All right.
nothing exciting.
Yep.
All right. I'll do haddock.
Smoked.
Yep.
Barbecued.
And now he actually can potentially he activates for whatever
There
it's
you
worth.
go.
Because if you're gonna roll a 2,
He has a 5.
Yeah, he's a light
Yeah.
cavalry commander. So
yeah, I
he's,
mean, he really even 5 is only kind of so-so for a light cavalry leader.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what we're gonna do with it. All right. So what's my formation change? All right. March column into one to the left, 2 to the right, basically, and 3 all the way to. So all right. Let's go. 1. 2, 1.5, 2, and we'll go into line. And 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5. So 1. Oops. 2. 2.5. 3.5. Four and a half. 5.
I'm going to duck out and I'll be right back.
okay. He's just making a line of light cavalry there, it looks like, right?
Yeah. Actually, I'd rather there.
All right.
That ought to do it.
So did I win
Okay.
yet?
Yep.
Yep, you
I-
won.
I surrendered.
World class.
Sued for
World
peace.
class. Yeah.
What's the next game we're going to play?
Oh, boy. So many to choose from.
Okay.
Okay. Who rolled that last one? That
I
was
did.
Eric, so I guess it's David's roll. How many more?
6-0. This is a
Uh-oh.
Prussian special.
Prussian
Pick one
six.
command for fire combat. Well, we don't have anything
Well,
that
we
can
keep
fire.
having that,
Poof,
and we
poof,
keep
poof.
not doing it.
Roll,
Okay.
roll again,
Okay.
David.
Okay. Boom.
Hey, it's another 9-0 for us.
You get a
Another
free.
movement segment only.
All right. Well, now
Yes.
do you have somebody you want to... We've already moved
sorry.
Kleist. Who else do you want to move? We can move...
Oh, no. This time we definitely move Branda's,
Yep.
because that way we can keep the road clear.
Yep, there you go.
All right. So, and again, through the magic of attachment,
Yep.
these guys are attached. All right. And so...
It's with initiative, so
Wha-
roll less than a 4 or less, I guess.
4 or less. All right, here we go. Uno, dos, tres.
Hey, it's
God,
magic.
it's so efficient. Such
magic.
precision. World class. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see. Notice the 1, 2, 3 and a half. And then everybody just follows.
Talk about my moving.
This is all part of my cunning plan. We're just doing the razzle dazzle on you here. And 4. And there we go.
Now, which command are those guys part of?
The ones that are
one of
coming
his-
down the road that he has as an attachment are part
his-
of Treshkow's guys that are over here.
Oh,
Right.
So it's just like,
Okay.
how did they end up over there? And then Brandis is in a totally different spot. You know, so it's obviously when they were doing the line of march, they weren't keeping everybody quite the same, or people marched faster or slower. It's hard to say what was going on.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how it all turned out that way. But anyway, there we go. So that's it. I win.
Okay.
And I think it's my die roll now.
Yeah.
No, it's not, because it was a special result. So
Oh,
David
that's
rolls again.
David's roll.
and
Another one for us.
We have been doing some special results. on
That
this
has been an
game
extremely
plan.
special turn. You get to pick one of our commands which may be finished, except all of them already are. So
Okay,
roll again.
I'll pick that one that's finished.
Okay, you do that.
Oh my God.
What? This is insane.
Well, I mean, I could use Kalkruth. I could move Kalkruth up the road, I guess.
Well,
Unless you've got something that you want to move.
well, sure. I mean, what's his name? Shawning.
Shawning. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and move him.
He's a 4.
Yep.
Try that.
Oh.
Alas.
It's all
all
right.
right.
David's going to roll another 9-0.
He sure is.
They
He's
seem
so
to come up
awesome.
in pairs like that.
So awesome.
Oh, 55.
David, that's not a 09. That's not a 9-0.
All right, what are we gonna do?
All right, let's. Okay, I do think. All right, so I've moved everybody in the cavalry down there, except for the ones coming up in the thing. And all right, so let's activate. Everybody else is out of the way. Oh, why is that guy flipped over? All right, I'm going to activate. What's his name? Capitelli. And along with Capitelli, I'm going to activate the artillery. So Forenstein. So this and this, right?
Ah, okay. Yeah.
All right, so Capitelli. That's good. He's got. That's good. This has got that. All right. So my 12-pounder, I think, has a target in range here.
You probably ought to take care of that disorder first.
That'd be a good idea. Yep, disorder. And
Because strictly speaking, the disorder applies to everything in the hex, so it would include the guns. Which
right.
clearly
Now-
would
now
not be in your interest.
does
He's a leader, so you're good.
so okay.
You
That's
just
what I
need
was
to
wondering.
remove it. Yeah.
So that. All right. So disorders first. I think that's my only disorder around that.
Think so, yeah.
Why is that guy flipped over too? For some reason these guys. The last thing we did, we flipped them. All right. So now
What is your multiplier at 14 hex range?
I believe it's 2.
So it is 2. There you go. All right.
And he's a 2.
And
right?
a 2, so that's 4, so that's 1 to 3.
So whatever. Let's
Who are you shooting at?
Let's find a target down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Somebody down
7,
range.
9, 10. Oh, wait, maybe I'm out of range.
Yeah, you are.
Well, the 12-pounder can shoot, but I don't think the 6-pounder can, right?
We can't, but the 12-pounder can hit any of these guys.
Yeah, it's got a range of 15, it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's start
14.
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, start at the end. Absolutely. Hit the guy
Start at
with
the- Yeah,
who's not
this
in
is right.
supported line.
Yep. So we'll start.
1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Real good.
No, that's
Survey
a lot.
Really
says
good.
not good enough.
All right, sure. And make sure to mark off an ammo. Oh, sorry, wrong game.
And so this. Now there's another 12-pounder around somewhere, isn't there?
I think it's at the other end of your grenadier line.
Has it got anybody that can
Here.
shoot at? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got
Oh, yeah.
targets. 2,
So
4,
we'll-
6, 8, 10, 12.
We'll do them at.
I
this
mean
guy.
he's still at ×2, but what the heck?
Yeah. That's still not good enough. But that.
Mostly just making yourself feel better.
Yeah.
Hoping for a special result or something.
And now the howitzer, was that in range? I don't think the howitzer was quite in range. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Howitzers have got a range of 14,
14.
it looks like. Yeah.
Still 14, yeah.
So, all right. So
did the fire. What they're going to do is, all right, so I've done with my firing. Let's see, what's sixes? That's a 3. All right, so he doesn't have any range at all. He's at a range of 4.
Oh yeah, your 3-pound guns aren't worth much.
Do I only have one howitzer?
Oh, it is 15. I was reading the wrong. I was reading the Prussian guns, not the
Yeah, they're
not the Austrian guns.
It's because they're firing downhill. Or they use more powder.
There is actually an optional rule in Prague explicitly that's talks about changing your die roll. I think it's die roll based upon the elevation difference.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, it's an optional rule.
Oh, okay. The howitzer, I'm going to move forward, prolong forward one.
The plot thickens.
Indeed.
And, all right. So that's, we're done with do I want to change his position? That was this guy and this guy. All right.
All right. Somebody rolls.
Well, I guess it's me.
Yep.
Yep, I think it's to
Right.
you.
Oh, that's going to move the clock.
Although we are running out of Austrians, aren't we?
Yep.
I guess you got the Grenadiers,
Yep.
and then the guys in the rear.
Grenadier's done. Eric, your roll.
Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go. 99.
No, we're just
That
trying
moves
to
the clock again.
trying
Where
to
are we
make it
at?
really
Oh,
threatening.
we're almost at
We're
the end.
one before the end, but we're also to a guy who's on the road, so it probably doesn't matter anyway. So, because I think that's the last command, unless I'm missing one.
No, there's 2 commands: the reinforcements and the cavalry coming up the road.
Oh, okay.
So they don't have to. This is
Oh
a
gosh,
regular-
I'm sorry. You got 2 different groups. Yes.
Now they don't have to stay in because we're still in a regular activation.
That's right. This is a regular activation.
Okay. All right, let's see.
So which one are you going to move, David?
I'm going to move the cavalry.
All right. So Hohenzollern.
Yeah. And let's see. 0. Well, he's going to activate. He was only a 2, but he's going to. Again, doesn't really matter. But
No, probably not. But
let's see. This is regular roads. So. All right, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now, they can stay in this road column and go over land at what rate?
the regular column rate.
Yep. So march column, road column, attack column.
The only difference is that they'd actually have to pay for any change of facing that they're going to do instead of just automatically facing the road.
So they're at 3. And then that'd be.
So to be completely clear, you'd be there at 3.
That's fine. Okay.
I mean, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I don't want to be there for 3.
Okay.
All right, so I got an extra. Or
You're at 2.5.
Yeah, right. So 3.5,
3.5.
4.5, 5.5, 6. I think I got the wrong markers on these, don't I? Should have the extenders.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. We understand.
I just
what
do it
is.
just because it makes me feel better. What's really important is just understanding, and it's pretty clear what you mean by this.
All right. All right. I guess it's rolled a bit back to me now.
Yeah, it
Yep.
is.
So,
All right.
3, the last one. And this is the guy coming up the road.
And it is actually a full activation if they feel like it.
You just have to make a morale check, right? No, a leader check, right?
Yeah, I just meant to say that it wasn't a limited activation, although as far back as he is, he's probably going to stay on the road anyway, but we don't know.
Two, 3.
Oh, the old Kaiserstrasse.
It's good.
Smoking fast.
It's
It's
good
like
to
an
be
Autobahn.
Kaiser. It's good to be the
I mean,
Kaiser. There you go.
Just stay out of the left lane because there's a 928 who is just coming right up on you.
I used to love the sound when I was in Germany there, man. I love the sounds of the. Okay, which hex is it? Must. I guess.
Oh,
that
you
hex.
Oh, well, we got shades of Monmouth here, don't
Yeah.
we? I'm gonna say it's that one because see the way the road's curving.
Yep.
Yeah, the Monmouth map is a train wreck for that. Lots of hexside terrain runs right through the middle of a hex. And I'm like, really? Very strange. And it's not.
And the roads was running right along the hex sides.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was really weird because, I mean, it's a lovely map, really. But the more you start playing on it, you go, wow, the guy who drew this never played the game. And the guy who played the game, apparently, they didn't tell the guy to redraw the map.
It looked too nice.
Indeed.
All right. Have we gotten to the end of everything?
I think we have.
Okay.
Indeed.
Well, I've got, I guess, one little leader to move.
Oh,
Yeah. So Fouché.
for what it's worth, you should move it during one of your own.
Oh, I thought we moved them at the end.
Oh,
I mean,
you move them during an activation.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
usually just save them to your last activation.
Okay.
Or if you're concerned that you're going to run out, well, no, because they can go during the end turn, but it has to be with an activation.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you can either move them and just understand the rule in the future, or just wait. Either way.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he was the only one that I was waiting to move. Everybody else
All
is
right.
happy.
Well, very good. There's probably no rallying to be done because there hasn't been any combat to speak of.
Correct.
So, we don't need to roll for rally, so I guess I just click the end turn marker, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then we
There we are.
advance
Move.
it to
Delay.
where that was the end of the 940 turn, so the next turn will be The 10 o'clock turn.
Top of the hour.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm noticing that leader initiative markers are not coming off with the end turn. So if you've got any of those kind of miscellaneous leader markers that need to be dealt with, you probably want to pull those off yourself.
I think there was only the one on Haddock and the one on Kleist, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I had, there was, what was on Brandis too.
Oh, Brandis, yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to make sure that everybody had got those figured out. All right, well, very good. So it's 10 o'clock, is it?
Yep, should be.
What a deal. Well, my apologies for totally spazzing on the fact that it's Sunday night. I can imagine how embarrassed I'd be when it was 10 o'clock tomorrow and I didn't realize it was Monday.
Yes, that might be a slight issue. As I was mentioning to David, there are plans afoot for me to be having a celebratory dinner with my siblings and my mother for her 86th birthday.
Hey, now.
So that will be, it's not confirmed yet, but a good chance it'll be next Sunday evening. So if that's the case, I'll know later this week, and I will text you gentlemen, and then we can either, play on Saturday night if you're up to it, or just wait until the following week, whatever makes everyone happy.
All right. Well, let us know, and we'll make arrangements.
Good. Are we all set to save the game then?
I think so.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Wow, save game.
So before we go,
Right.
I mean, I'm just going to share my font noise screen here.
Hang on. Give me a second.
You bet.
I'm having difficulty
Oh, no.
typing. All right, I'm saving it into a different bucket. All right, and let's go ahead and go to Discord. All right, and you are saving a screen. Michael
There it
is
is.
live.
Oh,
Watch stream. Oh wow.
So that is 8:20 in the morning.
Okay.
And let's see, in the middle of the screen, you've got the British who are coming up against the French. The French are on the right side of the screen there, and the British are moving to the left. And up at the top of the screen, those blue units are the Dutch, who are
Right.
also coming down to hit Fontenoy, which is right there, top center
Right.
of the picture. And then kind of between the Dutch and the English, you've got the Hanoverians. There aren't a lot of Hanoverians, but they're really good infantry.
Hmm.
And at least my cunning plan was to go ahead and have the Dutch go up and get smashed against the fortifications, and then have the Hanoverians follow up and then brush off whatever French are still left after the Dutch have done their thing. Down in the woods, down on the bottom part of the picture, there are Grenzers there. They're called Grassins in French, and they are skirmishers, and I don't know.
How the hell do you tell people apart? The French are red jackets with blue pants.
I know.
The English are red jackets with blue or red pants.
That's right.
It's like, oh my God.
And yet, shockingly, really, it's not difficult at all. I mean, once you're playing the game, you're right. Walking up to the board, you're like, what's happening? But once you start playing, it's obvious to you what's
Right.
going on. But anyway, down there in the woods, Inglesby's is got this one infantry command. It's an independent command, and he was supposed to be brushing all these guys off. But for whatever reason, the British Guards got involved in it as well, and unfortunately got whacked. I mean, the British Guards are really good infantry, but it doesn't help how good you are when you take a musket ball to the forehead. And so, unfortunately, really good troops just got completely wasted. And those are the guys with the blue trousers
Right.
in the woods. And then Inglesby's guys got in front of them. They're with red trousers, and they've actually really put a hurt on the skirmishers. In fact, let me think about it. There's 12 increments of skirmishers to start, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are gone now. So there's
Wow.
only 5 left. But
And this is just a firefight then?
yeah, it's just been a firefight in the woods. It started several hexes further to the west,
Right.
probably 5 or 6 hexes to the left. And of course, if you're the close order infantry, obviously you can always do close combat, but they're just going to retreat before
Right.
close combat, and so you just keep chasing them. But effectively, what the British were really just trying to do is just keep those guys from sitting there and shooting in the flank of the British troops
That are
marching
coming up the
past.
other side, yeah.
And so to that extent, it's kind of worked, but it just turned out to be a lot more expensive than it should have been in terms of really good, like, effectiveness rating of like 16 infantry
Right.
getting whacked in the woods. It's like, oh my God, what a dumb waste of those guys that really was. I'd really rather have them smashing up against the French, earthworks, but oh well, whatever. Now, because it's such a crowded battlefield, you see all those road column guys in the back?
Right.
That's all the British cavalry.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's not like I don't want to have cavalry, but where would I put them? So
Yeah.
I figure once the infantry get cleared out, I'll go ahead and start forming the cavalry up, and then just see if there's, places where I could engage in some sort of opportunity. The Dutch have got their cavalry behind and to the left
Right.
of their infantry just to cover their flank, and so anyway, as you can see, next turn or two, we'll have contact.
Looks
And
cool. And it looks
then
like there's a
the
bunch of
first-
readouts and stuff like that, fortifications.
Yeah, that's right. Those little green markers are readouts, and then what you probably have a hard time seeing is right around Fontenoy there are earthworks.
Oh, okay. I can,
Not all the way though.
Right.
I mean, only maybe 4 hexes are covered by that, maybe, and
Right.
then after that. So really, a lot of those French troops between Fontenoy and that green readout to the south, well, to the bottom of the picture of it, they're not entrenched,
right.
and so that's kind of where the English are aiming to try to see if they can smash a hole in those guys. Of course, you can see behind the French infantry there is just an enormous swarm of cavalry. So the good news is, yes, you broke through the French infantry. The bad news is, you better be able to form square in a hurry, because there's just an immense amount of French cavalry back there. So you know what? There's a reason Cumberland lost, and really all I'm trying to do in this battle is actually kind of play it the way he did, which is straight up the middle, no subtlety whatsoever. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, if you get lucky, you might be able to do better than they did historically. I know the game that you were doing there with Albert and Paul and
Yeah,
John, they
exactly.
tried taking the long flanking maneuver through
Oh
the
my
woods.
gosh. Yeah, too long, too far, too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all right. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that since,
No, and that was in Belgium, right?
It is, yeah. This is in pretty western Belgium. It's not too far from the French border, I think.
Yeah, it was outside of Tournai.
That's right. Yeah, Tournai is actually like 25 hexes off the map, so it's not far at all.
Because I lived in Mons,
Oh, really?
and I made several trips up that way to Tournai.
Huh.
That's interesting.
I remember
And-
because I didn't realize that this battle at the time, it was near there, or I would have visited what's left of it, the battlefield. But
There's only been like 5,000 other battles through there.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
went up. I went
know.
up there because there's in Tournai. There's some Greek or there's some old Roman ruins,
Oh, cool.
Okay.
and I thought, and we would go there and check them out and stuff. But
Yeah. No, I knew Tournai was pretty close to the border. I mean, that's why the French were besieging it.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to get into the Austrian Netherlands.
Yep. No,
I-
it's right,
I
right
didn't
over
realize
the-
it was.
yeah.
I mean, it's just across the border from Lille. And you're right, Mons isn't very far away either.
Right.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Very cool.
All right. Well,
Mons-
very good,
like-
gentlemen. Well, thank you. Thank you